There was like one guy, dude, me and Anna were dying laughing. He was like, I forget what James Corden said, but they got translated. He's like, ha ha ha, you're a Joker guy. It's just like so funny.
Yeah, motherfucker. We're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up. Wanna give a motherfucker sucker, put your hand up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 90 of the ScruffCast. I'm Dan.
I'm John.
Look, 90. We're in that, like, the next time we get to the next set of 10s, you know,
Yeah.
it'll be 100.
Damn.
Kind of just hit me. Pretty crazy.
Dude, it is pretty crazy. Who would have thought we actually would have stuck with it this long?
Yeah, I know. You know what? I'm going to start this off with something even crazier. You ready for this? I didn't even tell you I was going to do this.
Ooh.
A little spicy spice. I have a question to ponder.
Oh.
Dude, believe it or not. A way back playback. I just dropped down right
We
here.
haven't had a question to ponder in probably like, I don't know, we were running with top 5 for like 30 weeks or something.
Yeah, I know. Ready? This one's a doozy. It's not very good, actually, but...
All right.
But you ready for this?
Dude, I'm being thrown for a loop right here.
Okay. Let me try to word this properly. I have it kind of written here, but I got to word it. Okay.
Dude, this is a beefy question.
Okay. Here. No, it's not really. Okay, so it's pretty stupid. Okay, so it's kind of like a would you do this, okay? You have to use the bathroom for 24 hours straight. But you never have to use the bathroom again for another 364 days. Like for the rest of the year. But you gotta get it all out. 24 hours straight, you gotta be sitting there. Would you do it? To not have to go for the other 364 days of the year.
See, I like questions like this. Like, I often think like things like, you know, you pay $5,000, but you never need to cut your hair again and stuff like that. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I do it because I kind of like, you know, going to the bathroom, you sit there, you got your phone, you just take a little break.
See, and that's the thing I thought of. So when I first read this, I found it on Twitter today, and I thought like, oh, it's easy. Of course I would do that. You know, boom, save so much more time. But then I thought to myself, I was like, you know what? I don't mind going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, especially for the number 2. You know.
Exactly. Like I could probably, you know, do without having to pee.
Yeah, because it's, you know.
But like, dude, sometimes you just want to sit down and just enjoy a poo.
You ever have one of those work poops? Paid to poop?
Yeah. Boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time.
I like that. That's good. My sister's boyfriend, Andrew, his work cut out, they put a blocker for the Wi-Fi in the bathroom. So you can't get Wi-Fi in there anymore.
Fair enough.
That's what he said. I think it's him, yeah.
Because, I mean, every now and then you have that where you're like, my phone's dying. Or, I forgot my phone. And it's like, oh, I wonder what's in this shampoo.
Yeah.
And you're reading the ingredients.
You know, he had an app on his phone that was... It like I guess you put in how much money you make an hour, and then like every time you went to go take a poop at work, you like press start, and then it would calculate how much money you made like pooping.
I like that.
That was pretty funny. I gotta put a hold on here. I have a booger in my nose. I need to get out before this podcast, so you're gonna have to hold this down for a little bit.
All
here.
right, it's been a bit of a wild podcast. While Dan goes to chase this booger down, I have another question to ponder type thing. I'll ask you guys: how much money would you pay if you never had to shower again? You were just instantly like, you snap your fingers and you're just like fresh and clean. You never had to shower again, Dan. How much money would you pay for that?
If I never had to shower again?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Like, just think of all the time you'd save. I hate man, getting in the shower and like, you gotta, you know, obviously shower and then get out. It's such a pain because it's like this multi-step process. First, you gotta get undressed, and then you're like, ooh, I'm chilly, gonna get in the shower. Then you're in the shower, then you gotta get out, and you're like, ooh, I'm chilly, I gotta dry off. Your hair's wet, you gotta dry your feet well before you put your socks back on.
Okay, so this is my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like showering, but the thing is, once I'm in there, I don't want to get out.
Exactly.
Like, I'm in there and I'm done, like, you know, shampooing and stuff. Dude, I slowly just crank the heat up hotter and hotter and just, like, let it go on my back.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, the most relaxing thing. But then I'm like, I don't want to get out now. And the thing is, too, we have, like, the glass shower wall.
Yeah.
And so then Anna makes me squeegee it so it doesn't leave watermarks, right?
Yeah, so then that's
Which is a funnier story to this, actually, but I'll get to that. So she makes me do the water. So it's like even more of like, oh, God, I don't want to get out because I got to squeegee this whole damn thing, right? So it's a pain. And it's funny because like when I was living with my parents, the shower in the basement has the glass walls too, right? And so my mom put a squeegee in there, right? But like back then, I didn't know you had to squeegee it to get the watermarks. I didn't even know, right? So she put the squeegee in there, but I was like, oh, I guess she just left the squeegee in here from when she was cleaning, right? So she didn't say anything ever about it, right? So then I think it was like when we moved in, and I mentioned to my parents, like, "Yeah, Anna makes me clean. Anna makes me squeegee the damn window all the time." And Anna was just like, "Well, that's just what you do." My mom's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What do you mean, yeah?" She's like, "I put one in there for you to do it with." I was like, "What?" Yeah, I was like, "How you just left that in there from cleaning?" She's like, "No, you just never used it, so I just took it out." I was like, "Well, why didn't you tell me?" Like, you could have said, like, "Hey, can you squeegee the door and the walls and stuff?" I'd be like, "Oh, okay."
She just assumed you knew.
She assumed I knew.
The thing I've got going on for probably about since Christmas of 2018 going into 2019.
Okay.
Because I bought for my brother a Bluetooth shower speaker, but he also got one from somebody else. So then I was like, well, I'm just keeping this for myself.
Oh, okay.
So it hangs from the shower hook, so then I play podcasts when I get in the shower.
That's smart.
Right? And then it's just like, I kind of want to keep listening to this podcast. You know, just stand there, just let the water hit you.
Yeah, I'm a fan of listening to music while I shower. I'll get lost. Sometimes I bring like my Bluetooth speaker in and just play it while I'm in the shower.
Yeah.
It's a good time. I like it.
You just want to stay in there longer.
Yeah, you just kind of sit in there, you think to yourself, you have fake arguments, you know, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, it's the whole process of like you got to get out, and then you're cold, right?
Yeah,
and then you got to dry.
Yeah, drying's tough, man. And I'm not the most hairless person in the world either. Anyone who knows me,
you capture the water.
I capture quite a lot of water. Yeah, so toweling off is quite the process. I'll tell you that. So
I remember back when I lived at home, because there was like a vent on the floor of the bathroom. I would, like in the wintertime, one thing I'd like to do, take my underwear and put it over the vent.
Oh, I think you were saying the towel, but yeah, that works
No, dude, the underwear even better. And put it over the vent, which is funny because then the heat's just blowing up into the underwear, so it looks like a ghost. But also, it would just capture all the heat.
Those are some powerful vents, man.
Yeah, so then, because I would like fold it over, right? So that it would perfectly capture all the heat. So when I get out, dry quickly, you put the underwear on, it's like,
nice and cozy.
Yeah.
Nice toasty buns.
Yeah, nice toasty buns.
Yeah. How'd we get to showers?
We always worry that we don't. We're never gonna have enough.
And
we're like, what are we gonna talk about?
So, speaking of, well, not really speaking of. Did you guys enjoy the watch along last week?
Yeah. So I guess if I don't know, for some reason you skipped last week or something. We skipped out on a regular segment, the segment we'd been rolling with for the last little while of the top 5. And we did, we're trying to get downright freaky. So we did a watch-along commentary. And this was an idea we've had for a while, and I think a listener suggested it a couple episodes back. And the first thing we chose, right, because we're thinking about maybe doing a TV series, maybe doing a movie. First thing we chose was this Netflix original dating show called Love is Blind, which I had never heard of. My fiance Taryn said it was like the new hotness. Everybody's into it.
Yeah, I saw it on Netflix, like the opening screen, right? Like I saw it on there.
And it's a Netflix dating show, right, where the people don't see each other. So Love is Blind, right?
We explained the whole premise last week. Yeah.
Anyways, we watched the first episode, so it was about an hour long, and we recorded ourselves as we watched it, did like a watch along commentary. So what do you guys think?
Did you guys like it? Now we have some emails.
We'll
read those, but
I'm curious from the other people.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's got to be some people who didn't like it.
Yeah,
and we also want to hear if you didn't like it.
Yeah,
because we won't do it again if you didn't like it, or if you say, "Oh, that show's stupid," choose like a good movie or a funny movie or a bad movie. Like just
give your suggestions,
or just say, "Don't do it." Sorry, we're commuters.
You know what I just thought of?
What
would be good? And now these could be like one-offs. But we're thinking of we want to find something on Netflix, right? Something easy to access. You know where we got to go to get our watch-along stuff? Disney Plus.
Okay.
Dude, there's so many good things on there.
Oh, you get the old shows too?
Yeah,
like Smart Guy?
Or like a Goofy movie watch-along.
Oh, I love that movie.
Something like that. Listeners, give us your suggestions. Well, first off, did you like the watch-along at all?
Yeah. I mean, did anybody actually watch along?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
To know.
Yeah. I know you guys listen on your commutes and stuff like that, which most people listen to podcasts.
Podcasts are.
But did you go home? Did you pause it and go home and finish it off with a little Love is Blind? Did you fall in love with Barnett like we did?
Because I got to tell you, that show has got its hooks in us.
Now, this is the thing. We're not going to do a second episode of Love is Blind because we've already watched it.
Because we couldn't wait to do the podcast.
Yeah, and we're going to zoom through this podcast because we're going to watch episode 3 after. This show has just, gotten us. Sunk its hooks into us. You're absolutely right, John.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either, but it's like crack.
Well, that's these shows, I guess, right? That's why people watch these reality shows.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's getting us, right?
It's getting us.
So, All right, how about we read some emails?
Yeah,
Huh?
we definitely need some feedback from you guys.
Please.
But, like you said, we did get a couple listener emails to scruffcast@gmail.com, just like you guys can. If you listen, I know there's people who listen to the show who've never emailed in. How come? Are you guys shy?
Are you
scared?
there?
Is it because we roast the listeners sometimes too hard? We won't. If you're shy, just let us know. We won't roast you too bad.
Yeah.
You still get a little bit of roasting. Come on.
Yeah.
But
if you're like self-conscious, we don't want to push you to the edge of like killing yourself. You know?
No.
We've probably already pushed Kalon a little too far in that
He
direction,
hasn't emailed in quite a few weeks, and it's making me nervous.
I've barely heard from this guy. You remember the last time this happened? When we thought he was actually mad at us?
Yeah. Jeez. We're like,
we haven't said anything bad about Kalon recently, though.
No.
It's been a while.
He was the one who suggested the watch-along thing a couple weeks back.
He did, yeah. So
to be fair, we had thought of this idea before, though, I think.
Yeah, we might have, yeah.
But we did the watch-along, and then he didn't write in with his comments. I'm curious to see. Kalon, if you're listening, I want to know, what did you think?
Maybe a reality show wasn't his...
Well, then write in and tell us. Give us suggestions.
That's true, too.
Give us suggestions.
We're going to see him this weekend anyway, so...
Yep. For the listeners who care about our personal lives.
At the old stomping grounds, as he would call it. All right, first email. That's kind of weird because it shows here there's a subject. When I open the email, it says no subject.
The subject
is watch along.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. Okay. Oh my God, I can't. Okay. Hi, Jon and Dan. I just wanted to write in to tell you how much I like the new watch along segment. I finished binging the whole season of Love Is Blind just days before I did the watch along. Or days before you did the watch along, and I found it both interesting and hilarious to hear your reactions to the first episode. I'm kind of hoping you continue through the entire series because it gets pretty outrageous, and I'd love to hear what you guys think of as the drama unfolds. Thank you for always changing it up and getting downright freaky this week. It was fun. Signed, your loyal listener who hasn't missed an episode yet. Hashtag Where's Judy? So, a little inside joke there.
But speaking of Judy, dude, I don't know if I learned this before the podcast passed last week or not. Bruh, Judge Judy's ending.
Yeah,
She's starting
25 years.
25 years, yeah.
Crazy.
And she's starting another show called Judy Justice or something like that.
Oh, I thought she was just done. I thought she was like,
Dude, she should retire.
Hanging up the gavel.
Like $40 million a year or something.
Ridiculous. Yeah, why
Dude,
bother?
You know what I don't approve of? Judge Judy recently changed her hair. She has her normal, typical, short lady grandma, like Bob, if you will.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now she's got it back in like a ponytail or something.
Oh.
Judge Judy, what are you doing? I used to be stunned when I found out you're like 73 years old, and now I'm like, Judge Judy looks like.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh jeez.
I don't approve, but I would never tell her. I wouldn't even have her on the podcast. I'd be too scared. Judge Judy's intimidating.
I don't think so.
Bruh.
Shut up, you old bag. That's what we just tell her.
Oof, dude, she's gonna send Bird after you. You're gonna be getting kicked out.
Bird? Is that the bailiff?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, how about that?
I don't even know Judge Judy. We should do some Judy watch-alongs.
Some Judy watch-alongs.
I love Judge Judy.
All right.
Well, I'm glad to hear this listener really liked it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm very, actually, my interest is piqued. They say it gets pretty outrageous, because, it's already getting pretty outrageous. It almost makes you think, should we be commenting on it? I don't know. That's why we need the listener's input.
Yeah, I know. The show is, I would call it uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There's some parts where I'm like, man, this is it's not cringy. I wouldn't say it's cringy.
No.
But it's like, there was one cringy part in the second episode, actually, where we're both like,
yeah.
Anyway, but I would call it uncomfortable because the situation is so weird.
Yeah, as I'm watching, I'm just weird. Like, man, I'm so glad this isn't me.
Yeah, exactly. So happy I found love already.
Yeah.
Not have to go on a blind show. All right,
well, that's one vote for it. The listener liked it.
Yeah.
All right. Next email to scruffcast@gmail.com. Subject line is, "Hey guys!" with an exclamation. Happy Monday. I think it's the first time we've ever had an email start with that. Happy Monday. The watch-along was interesting to go with. It definitely seemed as if I was watching it with you guys, hearing your commentary. It seemed like too dull of a show, or maybe it's just a slow start. Wasn't much to comment on, yet seeing as that one guy was basically the entire show himself. Now, of course, this listener is talking about
Barnett.
The G. Barnett, yes.
The OG. Now, we kind of we kind of went off on Barnett tangents because he's the star. He's the star of the show. Yeah. But it's funny they mentioned this, that the show's too dull, because like the thing is, we actually started to like the show as it went on, so we had like less negative, funny things to say about it, and more just like things to say about the show.
We picked it ready to shred it apart, but then Barnett worked him and the show into our hearts.
Exactly.
Too quickly.
Yeah, so, all right.
So if you guys have suggestions for stuff to watch along,
let us know. Let us know what you want us to
reach
watch.
us on the various social media channels at ScruffCast on Twitter. I do like the idea of maybe once a month doing an episode of a reality show for a follow-along. It would have been a great thing for when Jersey Shore first came out. That show would have been a great one to do.
Yeah.
I feel like even though you guys did a watch-along, I would have still liked a top 5 list. I also have started a 60 before 60 list inspired by Dan's mom. I currently have 5 things on my list. Auschwitz, tour the Nazi camps in Germany. I believe you did. Didn't you?
I did that
when you went to Poland.
Yeah. The Nazi camps are actually in Poland. Auschwitz is in Poland.
A little correction for this listener.
Yeah, so she's make sure she doesn't get that flight to Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Poland.
Number 2. Well, these aren't really ordered, but visit an animal sanctuary.
Like in Africa, like one of where they have like the lions and shit there.
I guess, yeah. Next one. Go to England. Double-decker bus. Visit where the Beatles members all came from.
Okay.
Go to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. Is that like still a thing?
Yeah. That'd be wild, man. That would have been fun to do when we weren't tied down. It's like Vegas,
You can't really do Vegas.
We should have took the opportunity to do Vegas beforehand.
Yeah. Look at us just sounding so G.
Yeah, Jesus.
And then the last one. Do a wine tour in Italy. Obviously, after the whole Corona shit show finishes.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
The whole country's like quarantined right now. Some crazy stuff going on. Have you guys started your lists? What is on it? Have a great week, Jonathan's sister. Well, thanks, sis, for writing in and supporting the show.
Yeah. Have not started 60 mainly because 60 is a little too far. So I think 30 before 30 would be good for us because because my mom is she turned 60 this year. This is the thing, right? She turned 60 this year. So she's she just started last year and she'll continue it through her whole age 60 year, right? So from she'll until May of 2021. You know what I mean? Her birthday's in May. So she's going to try to do all that stuff to then, right?
Yeah, but
because a 60 to 60 for us now is
that's a long time. It's easy to procrastinate.
It's way too easy to procrastinate.
I think a good idea is to do 29 before 29, 30 before 30, 31 before 31. Exactly. You're not going to do them all, but you're going to make good progress.
Yeah, you're going to make efforts to do a good chunk of that stuff. Right. And I think that's my mom's whole point, right? She's like, I have such little time to do this stuff, I got to start banging them out, right?
And then the things that she doesn't do, just because she turned 60, she can still
doesn't mean she can't do them again, yeah.
And you'll probably look back at the list and be like, yeah, you know that Paul Rudd, get a little video where he's eating the wings. He's like, look at us. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
That's how I felt when we were talking about reaching 90 episodes.
Yeah,
it'd be like that, right? You'd be like, look at me on this list. Who would have thought? And then you feel encouraged to continue.
Yeah, definitely go to Auschwitz though. It's wild. Like Auschwitz was. We went there. That was the one thing I wanted to do. That was the whole time we were there. I said we got to go. So we stayed in one of the main cities, Krakow, I think it was called. I think that's where it was. I think Auschwitz was about 45-minute bus ride from there, so we just took the bus over there and went. And I think it's actually free to get in. I don't even think you have to pay.
Really?
Yeah, to go in. Then there's a little souvenir shop afterwards, which
that's a little weird.
It's that's what I thought at first too, but it's not here's a bottle of ashes. It's not like that.
Jesus.
Oh, I know. That's what I was thinking originally, right? But there's books and stuff like that, about
okay, so I guess
everything, right? It's morally informative stuff. So I bought something. I don't know where the hell it is now, but yeah, that's definitely worth seeing. It's one of those things I went and I will never go back. It was.
I could see that.
I'm happy I did it, but I have no interest in going to see it again because it was eerie.
I could see that. It's a little similar when I went to Alcatraz, right? It's It's like not an event. What's the word? It's like an experience, right? You're gonna go and you'll do it, but then you cross it off your list, and it's I've done that.
Yeah,
right.
Done now.
And you kind of you have the experience carry with you whenever it comes up conversation. It's I've actually been there.
Exactly. Yeah. The Auschwitz thing, it was so weird because there's we went to the room where the gas chambers were and the ovens were.
Yeah, it sounds
oh
very eerie.
Jesus Christ, or the wall where they would execute people on. We were there, right where the wall was, right? And it's so eerie, right? And there's the thing is, there's a ton of people. And they really drive home the point too. So what they'll do is
I could definitely see that.
Yeah, so they have like glass boxes, like display cases, like up along a wall, like big things, right? And they'll have like the shoes of of people who were in the concentration camp, right? All the shoes, and of course they put like the little kids' shoes right at the front, right, to really drive home the point. Or they have like the ponytails of people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of like they had to cut their hair and stuff like that. Pots and pans that they use, like yeah, man, it's like really.
Is there
really
like a
weird.
tour guide?
No, you kind of just walk through the whole thing yourself. Now you can do like the little you get the
audio
headphones.
tour.
Yeah,
they
the
do that
audio
at
tour.
Alcatraz. I kind of like that actually.
Oh yeah,
because it lets you just sort of explore at your own pace.
I think you could do that.
learn.
The only thing was like it was very like it's kind of funny. It was very like somber and like a little like I don't know. You're not sitting there like chatting up with each other, right?
I
You're kind of going through like trying to be a little quiet, like a little respectful, I guess, right? Because it's like such a weird thing. There's a ton of people. It's a big tourist attraction, right? But it's like so weird, and everybody's kind of walking around a little uncomfortable, right? Like, and there's like people's pictures on the walls, this and that. Like, it's pretty rough.
Like, are people like busting out their iPad and taking photos?
Well, this is the thing, right? So I took a handful of photos, mostly of outside, right? When we went into the buildings, I don't really think I took anything. I took a couple pictures of, like the gas chamber and like the ovens, right? Because like that's really weird, and I was like, okay, I kind of want to take a picture of this. Like, this is pretty weird. I felt kind of weird taking the photos out.
I could see that.
But then, like, you had the Chinese people, like, straight up from China, like, running around with their iPads, like, and, like, yeah, you were saying Jesus for? Who cares? Oh, geez, your landlords.
No,
I wasn't even
they're
thinking about that. Oh, okay, they're not home. Yeah.
Unless they subscribe to the ScruffCast, I don't know.
Maybe they do. But yeah, so, like, and they're, like, running around with their iPads, like,
it's a
like all laughing with each other.
But it is
stuff like
always
that.
Asian people with the iPads.
Yeah, but it's funny because that leads me into another thing I have to say about Asian people.
Yeah, well, I hope it's positive because you have it marked in the notes here as a new love for Asians. So
yeah, I know that's what I wrote in the thing, right? And it's not like it's not like I didn't like Asians before. I love Asian people. Like I love all people. Let's get that straight right now. Okay?
We talked about it on the ScruffCast. We don't see the color.
How do we get ourselves into this? In fairness, I got us into this one, but
We went from, oh man, imagine you didn't have to take showers. How much would you pay? To, oh man, and then I was taking pictures of the gas chambers. Like,
I know.
Geez, like what a shift.
yeah, yeah. So I was watching a video on YouTube. Well, first, okay, you know how like when you go on YouTube, you just let it play. It just kind of goes next video, right? So we have like a lot of stuff. Like sometimes me and Anna will watch like the carpool karaoke or like some late night things, right? So it was just kind of on that. So have you heard of the band BTS?
Yeah, the K-pop band.
Well,
dude, they're always on
first
Twitter.
I don't think they're really K-pop because I heard one of their songs now. Maybe they used to be K-pop, but like K-pop is like super like fun and like wacky.
Yeah.
Where this is more just like kind of like straight up like pop. And it doesn't matter. Besides the point. So they were on Jimmy Fallon, and they did a song in Grand Central Station. They like cleared the whole place out and did like a whole song there. And like, dude, these guys can like dance and stuff like that. They're pretty cool.
I always see people talking about them on Twitter.
Yeah, I know, me too. And I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Did you find out what BTS stands for?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Didn't look that far ahead.
Mysterious.
So then the next one was they were on Carpool Karaoke. So I was like, oh, damn, this could be interesting, right? So there's like the 7 of them in there with him, right? Like, dude, these guys, like, and this this is like, it seems like it's like all Asian people. It's like they always just seem like they're having the time of their lives. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Like, it seems like, because they come, like, where I work, they come in and, like, take photos and stuff in the summer and stuff, because it's kind of like a touristy attraction type place. And, dude, they're always just having the time of their lives. It's like I want to channel that. I want to get those vibes going. Like they're always having a good time. Like, and so like these guys were in the car with him, right? And they're all like laughing, having a good time, just like, you know what I mean? It was just so funny. Like a bunch of them don't even speak English. There's one guy who speaks English in that band.
Really?
Yeah. So he sat in the front seat and like translated for the rest of the guys in the back, right? But like James Corden would say something, and then he would like tell them and thing, and they're all like, haha. There was like one guy, dude, me and Anna were dying laughing. He was like. I forget what James Corden said, but the guy translated it. He's like, "Ha ha ha! You're a Joker guy." It's just like so funny. Dude, I was like, dude, these guys are just like they just seem so positive and happy. All these people, right? Besides all those like K-pop singers committing suicide and stuff like that. But
I always sort of like envy people like that though, because I don't want to say like I'm depressed, but I'm never getting up and I'm like up and at 'em another day.
Where
right?
It seems like some of them
what
are,
I mean?
right?
Like. As an example, I went to the movies with Taryn last week. I went and saw Onward, the new Pixar movie, which was pretty good. I liked it. And the person behind us was just laughing. Like, I don't want to say at everything, but a lot of stuff like, I don't want to say like I'm a tough critic, right, with laughter, but you know, I can be like, oh, that's funny, but I'm not.
What do you call yourself, John? Why don't you tell everybody?
Sure. So the thing I tell Taryn is I'm the barometer of comedy, which the way I describe it is, you know how some people have like perfect pitch? They're just born with it. I'm born with perfect comedy. So if I laugh, it's funny. If I don't laugh, it's not funny. And it's an objective measure of the subjective thing.
Everyone needs to follow this,
right? So the person sitting behind us was laughing at stuff, and I was just like, man, like, I wish I would just find stuff like funny. Like the bar for being funny was low because it'd be like they're having more fun than me.
Yeah, I know. Everything is funny to them. That's good. Yeah, I know. And that's what it made me like feel with these guys, right? I was like, man, these guys just like seem like they're having a great time.
Yeah, they're just living life, just having a fun time.
You know what's really weird though? It's like you know, generally in like Japan and like those places, like, they're a little more advanced than like we are. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just like in general, right? They're like 20 years ahead of us. That's what it seems like at all times. So these guys are from South Korea, obviously, same kind of thing. But like, how do I phrase this and not offend anyone here? It was like hard to tell, like if they were guys. Some of them are guys or girls.
Okay.
I know I'm like, as far as I know, they're all men. As far as I know, like they're all guys, and none of them are like.
To be fair, right? They're done up.
Well, this is the whole thing, right? And it's not like, as far as I know, none of them are like gender fluid. Like I don't think any of that's going on in this band. But like, I'm looking at these guys and like just the way they're dressed, like their hair, the way their hair is done and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, are these like, is that a girl? Like that might be kind of like a manly-ish looking girl, right? Like kind of got me going. But I was like, that's just how far advanced they are. Like 20 years from now, we'll probably be rocking that same stuff. You know what I mean?
Probably. Yeah.
Having like platinum blonde mushroom cuts and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, you gotta be like really stylish to make a mushroom cut.
Well, this is the thing, right? It's like, yeah, I feel like their style is like so. Yeah, so did I. I feel like their style is just so far and beyond everybody else's too. You know what I mean?
We're gonna be hearing about that in a couple of years.
Yeah, exactly. Like
oh, you didn't hear about that on like, you know how like there's TikTok now? It'll be like the next thing. You didn't hear about that on Yak Yak or whatever the hell they're coming up with. You'll be like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you gotta get on Yak Yak.
Speaking of, do you have a TikTok?
I've downloaded the app, but I've never opened it.
Yeah, I don't have it.
My sister loves TikTok, so every time we
go
over to my mom, she'll
all the TikTok stuff's on Snapchat. All Snapchat videos is just TikTok videos.
Well,
now.
Here's the thing.
So
like,
what's the difference? Like,
you know, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook and stuff, but it's always just seems, and Instagram is big for the memes. It always just seems like there's like 3 or 4 things we go to, like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and all they ever do is just show you screenshots of ones from each other.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Right? You go on Instagram, it's all just like screenshots of like Twitter posts and memes.
So yeah, I don't get
the memes are always in the format of Twitter posts.
Yeah,
but it's like, why can't I just see these memes on Twitter?
Yeah, I don't understand. All those social media things, they're all just like a big cluster of whatever, right? It is weird.
Well, but if you guys are out there on social media, so was the ScruffCast. You can follow us on Twitter at ScruffCast or on Instagram at the ScruffCast. I've been posting each week the thumbnail of the episode, as well as the description. So if you guys want to see, sometimes I post on the story, right? So you guys can see what's going on.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
is it time for the top 5?
Yeah, well, like I said, we didn't have much to bring to the table today, but you know, all killer, no filler. That's what we're going for today.
Yes,
that's the goal.
Exactly.
All right. So our top 5 today is top 5 Netflix originals. So this could be movies, it could be TV shows. The only thing we've decided to not add to it is comedy specials, like stand-up specials, because like I think those would take up most of our list, most of mine anyway, for sure, right? I like a lot of those comedy specials.
Yeah, and it is pretty separate, right?
Yeah,
it's hard to rank like a comedy special against like a TV series.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So we did top Netflix original TV shows or movies. So you're up, John.
All right, my number 5 is actually a Netflix original funded documentary.
Oh,
which I watched last year, called Fire: The Greatest Party That Never Happened. Fire. Now, I totally
forgot about this one.
Oh, so you've watched this one?
I have. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is just a fantastic documentary. So it's about the Fire Festival, which for listeners who don't know, it was this music festival. It was supposed to be like, you know, this huge, like bigger than any music festival ever done. People are going to fly out to the Bahamas, and it ended being just like a total shit show. People fly out there, they have nowhere to go. All the artists pulled out of the show. So people are just stranded in these like little fucking bubble, like weird bubble things, like tents.
I think they were. It was like a picture of a hurricane relief tents. I think that's like what they were.
And it was like a picture of a cheese sandwich that went viral on Twitter about like what they're feeding them there. And people paid like hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for these tickets, right?
It was supposed to be some big VIP event.
Yeah, and then it was just like total shit show, and then like everyone got frauded out of their money and stuff. So it was called Fire. The greatest party that never happened, and Fire is spelled Fyre.
Yeah, it's funny because when that was all going down, I was on Twitter and I was like following it, like while the actual
live. Yeah, I remember seeing the cheese sandwich.
People were going nuts, right? It was crazy. But then they made a documentary. Documentary's fantastic. It's really good.
I love documentaries.
There's also one on Hulu, I think, like a separate one on Hulu.
Yeah, I unfortunately don't watch that one. I don't have.
No.
But the Netflix one's good.
All right, there we go. All right, my number 5 is The Do-Over, which is a movie, Adam Sandler movie. So Adam Sandler signed his 6-movie Netflix deal.
Yeah,
I think it was originally 6 movies. I think he signed on for more.
Yeah, he just signed like another like 4 years, 200 and something million. Now, to be fair, it's like his production company signing on, but like he's getting all that money.
He's getting most of it. Yeah. Right? So Do-Over. So it's him and David Spade in this movie. So I'm trying to think of what the premise was now. I don't know. It doesn't even matter. I kind of forget what happens, but it's a good movie.
Good enough to be number 5.
I know.
You don't remember what happens.
No, it's pretty much like they went to high school together. They were friends, and then he convinces David Spade that he's like a CIA agent. But it turns out he's not and stuff like that. But they still get into a bunch of shenanigans and stuff. It's just like I just love Adam Sandler, right? That's the thing. I love Adam Sandler. I think that one's his best Netflix movie. It's really good.
I don't think I've seen any of his Netflix movies.
They're good. Like people will hate on him, obviously, right?
But I did watch.
The Do-Over's solid.
It didn't quite make the list, but it wasn't a Netflix original. Well, it was funded by Netflix, but it wasn't part of his series, which is Uncut Gems, which I liked.
That was funded by Netflix, eh?
Yeah,
I did not know.
They released in theaters first, and then
and then it came to Netflix, right? Yeah.
I think they did that so they can get like sort of out there for the awards and stuff because it needs to be technically a theatrical release.
True.
All right, my number 4 is not a documentary, but like a docu-series, if you will. It's called The Toys That Made Us.
Okay.
So it's there's 3 seasons. I only watched the first season, but it was still good enough to make my list. That's how good this was. So they're hour-long episodes, and each episode is about a different series of toys, like from the 80s or 90s, right? So for the first season, there was an episode on G.I. Joe, the original Star Wars action figure line, Barbie, and He-Man. Right. And it's just so interesting because it goes in depth of the history of how these things were made and like how some of them are like being collected now and they're worth like thousands of dollars. And it's just, I don't know, it's an interesting look at stuff because like, you know, I was going to say we're a little older. We're a little younger, right? So, you know, we weren't around in the 80s to, you know, be buying up Star Wars toys and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting. They show you like, you know, just how crazy everyone went for these toys.
Yeah.
Right? And even the episode on Barbie, which is like, you know, I have no interest in Barbie, right? But like, it was really interesting hearing about how they came up with this stuff, how they invented the Ken doll and stuff. Right? And how a lot of these TV shows and stuff, when your kids are just made to sell toys, right? Like they had the He-Man show and they're like, well, we got to, you know, it's just made to sell these action figures.
Jesus, that's nuts. So the action figures are the main draw.
Yeah, and then they turn into these big brands. So they also made a similar spin-off called The Movies That Made Us, which I haven't watched yet. But then
I saw that on your list, yeah.
It's essentially the same thing, just an episode about like how famous movies were made. So if you've recently watched Home Alone, Dirty Dancing, Ghostbusters, which, dude, just gotta say, like, Ghostbusters is lame.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've
never seen it.
A couple years ago on Halloween, me and Taryn were like, have you ever seen Ghostbusters? No. Okay, let's watch Ghostbusters. Watched like half of the first episode. We're like, yeah.
It's not that good, eh?
What? It's okay, but it's like, why does this have a fandom?
Yeah, why is it as big as
like,
it
who
is?
likes to go? Like, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyways, that was my number 4, The Toys That Made Us.
All right, my number 4, which is maybe a little recency bias, but Spencer Confidential. It's the new movie that just came out.
Making your number 4.
Yeah, dude, I liked it that much. Now, I mean, this movie's not, you know, going to win an Oscar. It's Mark Wahlberg and some other people. But it's just like a solid, like, I just love me, you know, a nice action movie, you know? Like how many Fast and Furious made my list, you know? Exactly. Or Mission Impossible. I just love it.
It's like Jaime vibes right there.
And Mark Wahlberg, you know, is one of my guys. I love me some Mark Wahlberg. Like, love him. You know, It's the little guys. I mean, I've talked about this before. I'm not even sure. You know, Tom Cruise. Boom. Love Mission Impossible. Little guys doing big things. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean?
Dude, it should be like a interview series podcast. Little guys doing big things.
Little guys doing big things.
The little guys.
Yeah, so it's just like, it's a solid movie, right? Like, he was a cop. There's like some corruption in the police. He kind of calls out an officer, beats this officer up, goes to jail for 5 years, comes out. He's obviously not a cop anymore, but then finds out there's still this kind of corruption going on, and he kind of wants to get back in. It's like a comedy thriller. So there's some comedy to it, but it's a bit of a thriller too, right? It's entertaining. It's exactly what you think it's going to be if you're watching a Mark Wahlberg movie.
It's like TV.
Take it for what it is,
junk
man.
food, but like you know what you're getting.
And you know what you're getting, and it's solid. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Anna watched it. We watched it together. We both enjoyed it. Yeah.
That's Spencer Confidential. Spencer spelled with that Spens.
Yeah.
E-R.
Yeah, is it? Didn't
Yeah.
even know that. Okay.
All right, my number 3. I don't want to know if this is recency bias as well, but this was another Netflix. It's like it was fun to buy Netflix. It's a Netflix movie.
Okay.
Anyways, The Irishman.
Ah, yes.
Now, I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast or not already, but man, what a fantastic movie. It was nominated for a ton of Oscars. I don't think it won any, but if you want to watch this movie, you got to buckle up. It's 3.5 hours long.
Yeah.
And the highest compliment I can give this movie is that it doesn't feel like that at all.
Yeah.
You think if you have an 8-hour work day, this is almost half of that entire day.
It's pretty insane.
It's a long movie.
Yeah, no,
It was fantastic.
I say the only reason this didn't make my list is because I actually haven't finished it yet.
Because it's so big, you gotta
Yeah,
watch
I watched
it
the first 2.5 hours. I wanted to watch the whole thing through, but there's not really a ton of time for us to watch movies anymore. So the movie's too long to start it at night.
Yeah.
You know, we gotta go to bed. We gotta fall asleep.
I actually watched it from 11 to 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, so our original plan, I had the day off on a Friday, actually, so we were going to watch the first half while Leo took a nap, and then the second half in the evening. So we did that, watch the first half, but he slept for a while, so we watched the first 2.5 hours. And then, some stuff came up in the evening, so we didn't end up watching it. So I just haven't gotten around to watching the second hour.
Yeah, definitely worth getting around to the end. One thing that was interesting is they used the de-aging sort of tech.
Which was wild.
Yeah, so I guess the main 3 were Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, and Al Pacino, right? And they de-aged them, right? Because I don't know how old they are now, like 70-ish.
I know. I think.
Joe Pesci?
No. What the hell?
Robert De Niro?
No.
Al Pacino?
Al Pacino.
Damn.
Close. I think he's like close to 80. I think he's like 77, 78. I think he's a little bit older than the other two.
Well,
you know what? The power of Google, baby. I'm going to search it up right now.
Researching live on the show, we don't normally do that for you listeners. You're spoiled.
Okay.
But they use some sort of CGI effects to make them look younger, right? So
Joe Pesci's 77.
Okay. Oh, damn. They make them look younger, so they're probably looking their 40s, maybe 50s. And dude, it's not distracting.
Robert De Niro will also be 77 this year.
Does a really good job, actually. It's always odd with the CGI effects. I remember for Dawn of Justice, they had to, or Superman Dawn of Justice, or was it Justice?
And Al Pacino will be 80 this year.
Al Pacino's gonna be 80,
which is pretty insane. He doesn't look it. Good for him.
Yeah, damn. Good.
Yeah, he'll be 80. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
I was saying about Superman. So Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Dude, I just remembered something else on my list.
The Witcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Oh well, it's not on the list now.
Too bad, so sad.
He had a mustache for one of the Mission Impossible movies, and he was contractually obligated to keep it, so he couldn't shave it, so they had to CGI it out.
Yeah, they were doing reshoots. Yeah, and it's brutal. Did you see it?
No, but
because I watched the movie. I watched.
Oh, really? Is it noticeable?
Oh yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Yeah. So the de-aging thing is incredible.
Yeah, that effect was flawless.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Because he doesn't try to make them look like they're 20.
No, that'd be
he's just taking a couple decades off of them, right? Which is I guess easier to do. But Joe Pesci still looks pretty old in the movie.
Yeah, he does.
He does, right? So they
as I'm watching,
they did such a good job.
I don't remember what he looks like now.
That's true. Well, he retired, so he's not really in anything anymore, right? Yeah. So it's hard to tell what he's even in anyway.
Anyways,
good movie. Yeah,
that's a good movie. It's my number 3.
All right, my number 3 is Stranger Things. Now, this is something I think that was actually an honorable mention on my top TV shows. I think it was.
Yeah, I think it actually made my list for top 5 TV shows.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, it's slowly going further and further down my list because obviously I have a few more ahead of this. Simply because I'm kind of done with it. I'm done with the show. I don't need a 4th season from that show. You know what I mean?
You know what? I'm
going to watch it, don't get me wrong, but we did talk about this.
We talked about it. I think the second episode we ever did of the ScruffCast was a Halloween episode. We did a little Stranger Things 2 spoiler cast thing.
The first 2 seasons were fantastic. And the third season was good too, but like I'm good. I don't need any more.
What I said back then, we also talked about doing a season 3 spoiler cast, but we never did that.
Yeah, never got around to it.
What I said back then, which I still, abide by, is that I think the show could have ended after 2 seasons. Would have been perfect.
I agree. Yeah.
They wrapped things up nicely in season 2. I thought it was perfectly done. Because like I get it, you want to have a franchise, right? You want to make money. But like there's no need for things to just go on and on and on.
Why do we need the Russians involved in this now?
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
If you could do 1 season of something and it's like, best season of TV, and it's like perfect. Dude, that's all you need. You don't need to go further. A show I heard really good things about was The Watchmen on HBO.
Yeah.
And they did 1 season, they're like, it's done.
Good for them.
And the reaction I saw like online was people saying, you know what? I think it's a good move because it did perfectly.
Smart.
It was good.
It'd be nice to have more, but it doesn't spoil it, right? It's like, this is it.
You know what? It's like, do we really need more? There's so much stuff to watch.
I know, yeah.
Like, we had huge lists we had to whittle down. And that's just Netflix stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And as, talking to you here, I remembered another thing that isn't on my list, but is going to bump something out.
Okay.
And it's going to become my number... It's going to become my number 2.
All right. Well, let's hear it. What's your number 2?
That is Money Heist. So I discovered the show last year. It's originally in Spanish. Typically, I prefer to watch things with subtitles, but I was like watching it while I was working and stuff. So then I had to listen to the English dub, which...
I was going to say, so I had to learn Spanish.
No, that would have been better, but the English dub is like not that great. It's like, hey, get over here. What are you doing? But like, the show's still good.
Yeah.
It's basically, now, long-time listeners and anybody who knows me will know, I love heists.
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't love a good heist?
Hey, dude, you're the whole... what did we do that time, me, you, and Chris?
Were we talking about heists?
No, man, we were talking about like creating a TV show or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I had the idea of the guy who was a cop, or he went to jail.
And Chris's was about a bar. What was it called?
Yes.
Scrubbies or something like that?
Scrubbies? Dude, yeah, we got to go back and listen. That was good. Because I remember we came up with great titles, and the things crossed over with each other. Yeah. But anyways, it's about these people in Spain, obviously, and they're robbing the Royal Spanish Mint. Right, so they pretty much, get their way in there, and then they're running this big heist, and their idea is to print money, right? Because they have the mint, and then escape with the money. And what makes it interesting is it's being told by, or not being, it's being narrated by, and then they have this lead guy, the Professor. Mm-hmm. That's his name, and they'll have roles, and nobody knows each other. Dude, I just love heists. Just a good show. Yeah. I think there's 3 seasons. Season 4 is coming by in April. So
nice.
It coming into my memory was good enough to go into number 2 and bump something off.
Wow, bump it right off.
I know, but now I'm kind of like, I like both the things there, but I had to have this show in there. It's
fair enough. Good. All right, my number 2 is The Haunting of Hill House. Which again, I think I had this on my other list previously. On your list, yeah. But yeah, this is a fantastic show. Like it was, and again, it's a 1 season thing. I think they're coming out with another season, but originally they were like unsure about it, kind of like, well, this could be it. You know what I mean? And it was like such a good way to sum it all up. And the show's like a little eerie, a little creepy. And we originally started watching because I was hearing like people like losing their minds about it. Like, oh my God, my anxiety's so bad when I watch this show. I was like, Jesus Christ, how scary is this show? And like, it ended up not being that scary. A little eerie, obviously, right? A little creepy at times. But I thought it was just like the show was really good in the end. I liked it all. Like each episode almost based the whole episode off of like one kid's point of view of everything that like kind of happened to this family.
And did it like change each episode, or it's like just a single kid?
Yeah. So like, So there's
like multi kids, and it was changing.
What do you mean?
Like I thought there was like more than one kid, and each episode was a different kid.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's interesting.
But like all these kids are older now, right? They're like adults at this point, right? So, but it takes you from their point of view from like kind of the beginning all the way up, right? To where they are now. So it's kind of interesting the way they did it, right? I was like, oh, this is like a neat way to kind of deal with the show, but that's a good show.
Like
a little creepy, a little eerie, but
I don't do the spooky stuff.
It's not.
I don't do the spooky
scary
stuff.
No, but it's like it's not that scary.
I don't do it.
It's not. You might be okay. If you watch Stranger Things, you could probably watch this.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, honorable mention.
My honorable mention. Now, I haven't even watched this. Okay.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
It just came on Netflix last week, but I'm using. Listeners will know I like to use the honorable mention as a shout out, and I got to shout out Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution, which is a CGI like anime style remake of the original first Pokemon movie, which was Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back, that came out back in the late 90s.
Which I didn't realize it was a remake of it. I'm a little more interested.
At the height of Pokemania, if you will, right? I have vivid memories of going to watch the original Pokemon movie when everyone was into Pokemon back in the day. With my dad at the movie theaters. And I think I've told the story. And he fell asleep at the theater.
Oh, shame.
Oh, shame. Oh, shame.
Oh, shame.
And then we went to the Mandarin for dinner. And I have that memory. So I've got
that's a solid day, man.
Yeah, it was for me. I mean,
it was
good for my dad too. He got a nap and he got to go to the Mandarin, right? He got the pre-meal nap.
Yeah, he's like, I know this kid's not going anywhere because he wants to watch his movie, so I'm gonna take a little snooze right now.
Yeah, and if you went to watch the movie, you got a holographic Mew Pokemon card.
Oh, that's wicked.
So I haven't watched it yet. It might be complete shit. I don't know, but it's a CGI remake, and I watched some a little trailer that had comparison shots of the original to the remake, and they look pretty
it's like shot for shot.
Yeah, like a faithful recreation.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's got this cool sort of anime art style, but like a 3D. So that's my shout out.
All right.
Honorable mention.
Usually I use it. The honorable mention is like the 6th one on my list. Makes sense. But I'm gonna use it as my shout out too. So mine is extremely wicked, shockingly evil, and vile. So it's the movie about Ted Bundy. And Zac Efron plays Ted Bundy. So, again, I got a little, I like Zac Efron. I do. You know what I mean? I think he's a better actor than people give him credit for.
You know what it's like?
And that's why I was excited to see this movie.
He's got that High School Musical stink on him.
I know,
right?
but you know what?
Not that those movies were bad by any stretch of the
fantastic
imagination.
movies. But and the thing is, he was really good in this movie. The movie itself was it was okay. It wasn't that great, but I thought he was really good in the movie. I was like, damn, he killed in this performance. I really liked him. I'd like to see him in more stuff like that, right? And again, he's a little guy, man.
Did you watch the Ted Bundy tapes, which was the?
I did not. No, I'm not really into that kind of stuff.
I watched the first couple episodes, and it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think Anna watched it. She watches all that stuff.
Dude, why is everybody into true crime nowadays? My sister loves this podcast. What's it called? My Favorite Murder. Dude, every episode's just about a murder.
Who's got a favorite murder? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a weird name. But it's people are out there listening about how people get killed when they could be listening to the ScruffCast, so it's just good, fun, jolly vibes.
A little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Get your priorities in order, people.
That's right. All right, let's hear your number one, John.
My number one.
Oh, wait. Before can we hear the one that gets bumped off the list afterwards? Just curiosity. Don't gotta explain it. Just want to hear what it was.
Yeah. So the number one is actually what got bumped off my list.
Okay, well, I want to hear the other one that got bumped off.
But so the real, or the leftover number one now is Narcos.
That's the leftover one?
No,
that's the one you're keeping.
That's my number one. That's the number one I'm keeping. So Narcos, they had 3 seasons, and then they sort of spun it off into Narcos Mexico. But the original Narcos series, the Netflix original, is based off of the Pablo Escobar, right? Mm-hmm. You guys may remember him as my doppelganger when I grew up my Movember mustache. Right. And it's about the DEA, 2 DEA officers in particular, right? And them chasing after the cartel, right? Being run by Pablo Escobar. And man, what a good show.
Yeah,
what a good show.
I heard it was
so
really
the first
good.
2 seasons are about them chasing Pablo Escobar, and the 3rd season is them chasing down another cartel, the Cali cartel, and then things sort of move over to Mexico, which is where they spun it off into a separate series called Narcos Mexico, which I haven't watched. But the original Narcos, it's just so good. And you know what? I can't remember the guy's name. It was something Wagner or something like that was his last name. Maybe I'm
the guy who played...
but the guy who played Pablo Escobar.
Right.
Dude, he just killed. The acting was so good.
Right.
Now, I must say, it is in Spanish, so you will have to watch with subtitles. I didn't risk the English dub on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, he did such a good job. You almost feel bad for Pablo Escobar.
Right.
You're pulling for him somehow. Because he portrays him so well. It's just a good show. And it's pretty, historically accurate as well.
Right. There we go. All right.
That was my number one.
All right, my number one is The Punisher.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a Marvel show.
I never watched this.
I watched it. So I only actually watched it probably within the last year. I think the first season came out 2015. It's not like it's new or anything, but I just watched it recently. And it's funny because a friend of ours watched it. He told me about it. He watched all those shows. So he told me about it, then my dad was looking for someone to watch, so I told my dad about it. Oh, yeah, I heard this show's good, blah, 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 whatever. So he watched it, and he was like, oh, you got to watch the show. It's awesome. So I was like, okay. So I watched it, and I loved it. The main actor is, what's his name? His name's John something.
Oh.
Big ugly guy, like with a crooked ass nose. He was in Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, Joe Barenthal?
Yeah,
That guy?
yeah, that guy. So he's in it, and he plays the Punisher. And like the show's just so good, so gritty, so just like I don't know. It's like
I appreciate
again,
some grit.
Yeah, it's like the action. It's just like such a solid show. And like the first season, the villain in it was so good.
Does anyone's nose get broken in that show?
I don't remember.
Nobody gets like a punch to the face and breaks a nose.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because when I think of grit, that's what I think of.
Probably. Well, trust me, there's a lot more grittier things than that
Okay.
on the show. He like literally takes like because he starts off in the army. He's in the army originally. He like literally like takes this guy's eye out of his he like makes him go blind. He's like the sergeant too, like the corporal.
Sounds pretty.
Anyway,
pretty
yeah,
gritty.
Agent Orange. That's his name.
Isn't that the name of like a chemical?
I don't know. I think that was his name. It wasn't his actual name. It was just like but he wouldn't allow anybody else to know his name, right? Because they were doing like secret ops missions in the army. Anyway, so the show's like, the show's awesome. It's kind of like, because the whole Punisher backstory is like people kill his family and then he's out for redemption, right? So the show actually kind of starts off. It's like that's all done already. So he's killed, like his family was killed, and then he went and killed all the people he needed to kill, and now he's living life after that.
Oh, dude, that sounds like an awesome premise.
Yeah, which again he kind of has to go back into the Punisher to deal with some other stuff that comes up.
But that sounds like a great idea. They get rid of the baggage.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like,
him.
oh, what the hell?
That's
Like,
awesome.
I thought the show was all about this, right? So it's kind of interesting because they've had movies before the Punisher right, that have dealt with that. So it's kind of interesting take they had on it, right? It's worth watching. Like, and unfortunately, they did 2 seasons and then they canceled it, which is a bummer. But
did you watch both seasons?
I did, yeah.
Did it end okay? Like, are you like being like, they canceled it, or
each season is like they don't really flow into each other.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't. There's not a ton of carryover. There is and there isn't, right? So it's like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it kind of ended the way
I see.
it ended fine, just because like it was like wrapping up that season, right?
Right.
Like the villain from the first season is not in the second season. Oh, that's not true. He is. Never mind.
Oh, spoilers.
He is in the second season.
Regardless.
He is. Yeah. Oh, dude, what am I thinking? I forgot how the show ended now. See, this is the... All right, whatever. That was the top 5 this week. Netflix originals.
Yes,
Watch the Punisher.
sort of in honor of our watch along with the Netflix original.
That's
Love Is
right.
Blind. So once again, I am asking for your feedback.
Yeah, let us know if you like that watch-along thing. Because we'll do it again or we won't do it again.
Yeah, and recommend what you guys want us to watch along, because we could just pick something random and obscure, but isn't the fun of it you guys also watching along as you listen?
Yeah, let us know what you want to watch. You can watch along.
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect. I get to watch along with them. This is what I wanted to
Hit
watch.
us up with stuff on Disney Plus. Be a good suggestion. Find like an obscure TV show on Disney Plus and be like, watch this episode this season. Be like, we just jumping in. Who the hell's this guy? We don't even know what's going on.
Oh, that could be fun, actually.
Yeah, Sister to Sister. Remember that show?
Yeah,
Tia and Tamara.
Oh, my God.
Shout out.
Shout out. All right. I think we'll wrap it up. Yeah, let us know. Email us, scruffcast@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter, @scruffcast. On Instagram, The Scruffcast. YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Give us the likes. Give us the comments. That's it.
Just give us something.
Just give us anything, please.
This is a cry for help.
All right. Well, that's it then. We're going to go watch Love is Blind now. Love is Blind? Yeah, that's the name of it. We're going to watch some Love is Blind, episode 3. For anyone who didn't do the watch along with us, go watch that show because it's legit. It's good.
Regardless of the watch along,
Forget about the watch along.
It's got its
Watch the
hooks
show.
in us.
That's right. All right. That is the end of episode 90 of the ScruffCast. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
Distracting, got me like, oh, as I'm watching her go. All I'm thinking is, oh, damn, that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.
Did you fall in love with Barnett like we did?